Guys, welcome back to another salvage auction analysis, and we have a very cool car we're going to be keeping an eye on today. I have a special project for later this year, which I need a GTR drivetrain, full suspension, basically everything except the body. For the OG people that are subscribers to the main channel probably know what I'm getting at and should be very excited. But the more I pay attention to this GTR market, the more terrified I am to buy one at auction. This car, though, looks to be an exception. A 2020 Nissan GTR. This one is a special edition of some sort. I'm not a big GTR guy. I don't know like all the trims and everything like that. So I don't know exactly what this one is. Saying that the current bid is still $26,575, which is what it was at this morning. The last time I looked, it's been a couple hours since I paid attention to this thing. It is running through the Dream Rides auction. I believe this car is down in Florida. The big thing with this car is that it's a certificate of destruction. I'm not exactly sure why. When we get into the pictures, that might become a little bit more apparent because it looks relatively fixable to me. And given the fact that it's a newer year car, I would think that insurance would want to get more money out of it that way. But for whatever reason, it's a certificate of destruction, which we see a lot of out of Florida. As you can see, this one there is in Orlando. Estimated repair cost $115,000. Actual cash value $117,000. Alrighty, so as we keep scrolling down here, nothing overly useful as of there. Let's go ahead here. I'll tell you what, we're going to switch gears. First thing we're going to listen to is the engine. One more time. Sounds totally fine to me. Let's go ahead and look at these pictures here. And obviously the first picture, this is where the majority of the damage is. You can see the entire front suspension corner ripped off the car, damage back into the door jamb there, all the way back into the rear quarter panel. Does look like there's some glass damage, whether that's from something impacting it, the airbag hitting it, who knows. My main concern is over here on this corner though, where there doesn't appear to be any significant damage down low where the coolers are, the oil coolers. I assume one side's transmission, the other side's engine oil, but that is a big concern on these cars, although it does kind of suck that the bumper itself is no good. It's a good looking bumper. This side is completely fine, but it's got that little corner of it missing on the other side there. The entire driver's side of the car actually looks to be in really good shape. Nothing major going on there. Moving to the back there, it does look like it has maybe some titanium tips. I don't know if those are factory or this one has an aftermarket exhaust on it. And then here, the rear end on the passenger side, you can see a lot more damage. The rear quarter panel took a good impact on it. That rear wheel took some sort of impact on it. And man, this thing is just really banged up. Onto the interior, this is a cool color scheme. I don't think I've ever seen this on a GTR before. It does have blown airbag, dash airbag, which is unfortunate. The steering wheel airbag is easily replaceable. The dash, not so much. But really cool to see just a cool color interior on this car. A better look at the front suspension there. You can see it pulled the axle out, just broke it at the CV. Really a lot of damage, but again, I'm not seeing anything that says, hey, this car should be a certificate of destruction. Pull up the 360 view, which will give us a chance to go around this, maybe at a slightly different angle. Okay, let's take a look inside. Yeah, windshield. Those seats are way cool. All right, so nothing additional to add from the 360 views. Okay, just to confirm, This one is being sold by an insurance company, Progressive Casualty Insurance, so we don't have any concerns about reruns or anything along those lines. It is running in 2 cars here. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently because I'm already logged in on the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and record the screen on my computer using my phone, because IAA's auction, sometimes if you close out a previous auction and log in from another device, sometimes it freezes up. And if this thing stays where it is right now, we're going to be bidding on it. I'm not anticipating that it's going to stay this cheap, though. There we go. I was waiting for something to happen. Wow. And that's exactly what I expected to happen with this, that it was going to go up. I thought 50 grand, so we're still going. I can't wrap my head around paying this much money for one of these, even though this looks like a really, really good car. So from here on out, we are unfortunately just going to be spectators. Now, just to explain what happened there for a quick minute, those were all the pre-bids that came in after the pre-bid window closed, right before the car goes up for auction. It closes the pre-bid window, but you can still set one in the actual auction format. That might be a little bit confusing because you're not looking directly at it, but there were several people that put numbers in somewhere around $42,000 up to that. It is slowing down a little bit here though. I'm slightly surprised. Looks like you got a local bidder, Clearwater, and then maybe something international. I don't know what that is there. Sharjah? I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up, where that might be. And it looks like they won. $47,000. The other big thing to take away is exactly what I thought that car was going to be, and it was on reserve. So at $47,000, that's a hefty number for that car, for a car that's strictly a parts car. And you don't even know if insurance is going to accept it at that point. That's a big number. So I'm going to be watching a lot of these GTRs. I will probably do a couple videos here and there if it's interesting cars. Like I said, that one being a cool car, cool special edition, I think it was worth doing a video on. If you guys happen to stumble across a private party GTR that looks like it's a good deal, let me know. I'm gonna be looking for a drivetrain. If I have to buy an entire car, I will. There's a chance I have a trade on the table for my R8 for a very heavily built GTR down in Atlanta that I am heavily considering doing, just to get all of the parts that I need and a lot of the power that I want out of the car just right off the bat. It would be a good case scenario. So that might happen as well. But let me know what you think about the car that we just watched at auction. That one looked like a pretty healthy price tag. If I don't get this video edited overnight tonight and it pops up with a buy it now tomorrow, which is how it normally happens on the IAA website, then I will make sure at the tail end of the video here to post what the buy it now is, because it might be an absolutely crazy number. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they want, you know, $75,000 for that car. That's just how it goes sometimes with these insurance companies. But let me know what you think about the bid, $47,000, and I will see you in the next video.